The normal workflow in CFD-Post is to create locations from which data will be extracted or plots will be generated. If necessary, you can create variables and/or expressions to extract data, for instance, if you wanted to get the mass flow rate. You can generate qualitative data locations such as vector, streamline, or contour plots, and also quantitative data such as the average velocity or the pressure drop. And then all of the data that you create, you have the option to include this in the final HTML report that's built in. CFD-Post uses locations for displaying results, and locations can be created from the Insert menu or from the toolbar. You can see in the list here that many different types of locations are available, and more details about each individual location type can be found in the appendix. Once created, all locations will appear as entries in the outline tree. The outline tree is very intuitive. Checkboxes next to individual objects control whether or not it's visible. If you double-click on an object, it will bring up the Details panel so that you can edit the object, and you can right-click on items in the menu to either duplicate or delete them. There are also other types of graphics objects, which you see here both in the Insert menu and in the toolbar. The most common use of vector plots is to show velocity vectors, but any vector variable can be plotted. Streamlines follow the flow forward and/or backwards from a seating location, and vectors, streamlines, and contours can use any existing object as a base. The volume rendering object is a neat feature that shades every grid cell with an opacity based on the magnitude of a variable. So for instance, if you base this variable on smoke concentration, it can give you an idea of visibility through the smoke, like we see in the picture on the lower right of the slide. A few additional graphics objects are shown here. Text objects allow you to add your own labels to the viewer, and auto text allows you to show time steps or time values, expressions, file names, and dates that change automatically. More details about this are discussed in Lecture 11. Coordinate frame allows you to insert new local coordinate frames, which is useful for generating plots relative to features in the model. With the default legend, it changes automatically with the active plot, so legend objects allow you to create additional legends that are tied to a specific plot. Instance transforms create patterns or duplicates of the geometry, so they can be used to recreate full plots from symmetric or periodic solution data, and you can also make clip planes and different color maps.